Northern Gaming Black are going to be looking for crowd control chains on Gorecki, and then pressure either onto Chanimal or Jamili, Dampener in this case, on the Elemental Shaman. Let's see if Northern Gaming Black can get that initial pressure.
Yeah, as Jax right out the start is going to land the sap on to Jamili right away, trying to find his target. It is going to be Jamili, actually. As you can see, the mark for death already coming out on to Jamili, doing a bunch of damage, plus the Vendetta. This is everything. He's going all in. Yeah,
Dampener could be in a bit of trouble. He did predict this damage, though. With his Shamanistic Rage up, that will reduce a lot of it, and he's just tanking it. This is incredible right now. I expected way more damage to come out from Northern Gaming, but Jamili just deflects all of it. Gorecki looking for a Cyclone, lands that over onto Rubcub, a Hex onto Wealthy Man, and Tempo Storm actually using crowd control and singling out Jax. Jax is completely alone right now, down to half HP. A lot of damage following up. Barely gets his Cloak of Shadows to immune that wizard damage coming in on himself, but he does instantly get re-dotted here. That was a lot of cooldowns out from Jax, and he's going to be exposed moving forward. They're trying to pressure him so that he cannot overextend and chase down this Elemental Shaman.
Yeah, now Wealthy Man is trying to do some damage in this match, but as we saw at the beginning, he's really not getting much damage off. Lots of crowd control coming out on him throughout this entire match. As you see, they're switching it up onto Rubcub just a little bit. He's taking damage, having to using that Divine Protection already, and it looks like a great ring was also landed onto Gorecki, followed by that Poly, so the CC is definitely coming out from Wealthy Man.
Yeah, we can see Jamili, the Elemental Shaman, in a lot of trouble right now. If they have any more crowd control for Gorecki, they could just take the game. The full blind follows up. Gorecki trinkets out of that right away to connect the heals. He knows how dire this situation is, but now Jamili has no trinket. Gorecki has no trinket. Really, there's nothing to stand in the way of Northern Gaming right now, as long as they can stabilize. Rubcub tricking out of that stun, trying to save, but he trinkets into a full fear, and that's luckily going to break to some of those damage over time ticks. Rubcub with a close call here to try and save Jax the Rogue, but here comes the setup to win. A full stun over onto Jamili the Shaman, but Chanimals is just peeling the world. Chanimal completely keeping Jamili topped off there with those fears. Really well done from Chanimal, and he's going to keep his team in this match.
Yeah, it's interesting watching the positioning of Jamili, who's playing right on that pillar, right in their faces nonstop, with both Chanimal and Gorecki staying really far back, you know, kind of LOSing when they need to. As Rubcubs is going to push up for a stun or just get out of line of sight, as Chanimals is going to port over to him and try to get it off. Dark Soul comes out from Chanimal, tossing a bunch of damage out, and Rubcub needing to bubble for that damage.
Yeah, Rubcub is under a lot of pressure right now. There's a huge kill window for Tempo Storm. They could basically annihilate anyone right now. Chanimal definitely going to be looking to maybe get more dots out. It seems like Tempo Storm are trying to play a very stall-based game and use crowd control instead. So they've got a full clone on Rubcub. They're looking to try and get Jax's Cloak of Shadows with this setup, but they're not getting it. They don't have enough damage to follow it up. Now this next kidney shot out from Jax will be easily deflected by Jamili's Shamanistic Rage, and Rubcub needs to be careful about pushing in. Rubcub needs to cross the map and get those stuns on Gorecki. You can see him trying to cross the map right now. He's trying to get in Gorecki's line, but Gorecki's just running away from him. He finally lands the stun, but he's exposed himself so long. Rubcub in so much trouble on the run, trying to get away from Chanimal and Dampener, barely able to get out of line of sight, gets some casted heals off and top himself off. Wow, that was brave for him to cast there. Chanimal could have locked them out.
Yeah, and that Save by the Light did proc right there, so it doesn't seem like that was a good trade just to get the stun off. As we see, the bash goes out with wings up on Rubcubs, as he's going to be able to top his team off, but gets feared away as Jax is going to start taking some damage. As you can see, he's constantly on the back of Jamili nonstop, forcing that cloak out also. Not looking great for Northern Gaming Black right now.
Yeah, it really isn't. Tempo Storm are looking solid in this stall-out match. Now they need to look for kill windows. Right now, Jax doesn't have very much to stay alive, and Tempo Storm aren't under a lot of pressure, so they should be able to push forward and try and take Jax down. Let's see if they can get in there and get dirty. A full stun on Rubcub. Chanimal looking for a fear. Lands that full fear. Now Jax in a lot of trouble. On connects, he drops the defensive smoke bomb to try and line aside of his opponents, but even still, that might not be enough. Jamili's just going to finish him off. He's trying to hide in the cubby hole on the side of the map. Wow! Great awareness to go and run towards that cubby hole and dodge the damage coming in on himself. Really well played from Jax. He's going to stay alive a little bit longer.
Yeah, and that's one of the features of this map, that little crowd control. Oh, wow, as we do have the Divine Protection coming out from Rubcubs right there, as he's barely gonna live, needs to get behind the pillar right now, as even Gorecki's was tossing out some damage there.
Yeah, we can see Rubcub, he's in a very dire situation. His team basically has nothing left to stay alive through Tempo Storm's pressure, and they're still trying to stay aggressive, but Rubcub gets locked on his heel. I think that lockout might just be the end of the game. Jax getting stunned in the middle of the map with nothing left. Dread Soul is up. They're looking to finish him up, but Rubcub, the healing lord, is able to keep him alive with nothing towards that middle part of the match. Wealthy Man sitting through a Hex, Ribbit, just not able to really do too much. It seems like Northern Gaming Black, they need to focus on their interrupting. They need to lock down this CC coming out from Dampener and prevent those Hexes so that Wealthy Man can get more damage out.
Yeah, and needing to wings while his entire team was behind the pillar. It looks like they're going to push with this, though, as Rubcubs is going to get a little bit offensive and gets a stun out on to Gorecki. They're going to go on to Jamili yet again, the Shaman, as the ring follows up that CC onto Gorecki. Let's see if they can get anything out of that ring, and it doesn't look like it.
Jamili's just laughing at Northern Gaming right now. He just kited that entire setup and avoided so much damage, just running around the pillar, and Tempo Storm are looking so good in this position. Now with Rubcubs healing cooldowns running out, he's running out of time. Really caught into that full bash now. He may need to use his bubble to immune damage here. It seems like Jack is doing a good job healing so far, just preventing Dampener from getting any lava bursts out. He's looking for that Hex, full Hex over onto Wealthy Man. It's a 3-on-2. Wealthy Man deciding to trinket out. They're trying to get a setup going here. The full polymorph connects. Jamili still has Shamanistic Rage, and he's still holding on to it. Northern Gaming Black just have no damage. Where is it? They need it now. Doesn't look like they're going to find an opportunity. There's the kidney shot finally over onto Dampener, but it's too late. The CC isn't coordinated well enough, and they get no pressure with it now. Northern Gaming Black are against the wall. Rubcub getting locked on his heel, falling further and further behind. Chanimal and Dampener are just tearing them apart.
Yeah, as he did have to use Aura Mastery right there, as Rubcub's needing to bubble.
Whoa, where's this damage coming from? Dampener barely almost dying there through the Shamanistic Rage. Gorecki wasn't really ready for it either. They traded out a lot of cooldowns to stay alive, and if Northern Gaming can get a few more surprises like that, maybe they can pull off a miracle.
Yeah, that sack is saving Jax right now, but Rubcub's taking a bunch of damage from it as it does fade, and this is a scary situation. Wings comes up yet again, but he does, looks like he does fake it, or maybe he got locked there. There we go, now we have the flash of lights coming out. Jax is in trouble by himself, trying to stick to Jamili, but look, their health bars just aren't moving.
Yeah, the peels from Chanimal onto Wealthy Man are just locking him down. Wealthy Man can't get anything done. They finally get some CC onto Gorecki, but Dampener not taking any damage. He's trying to kite away to the pillar. They need to stun him. They need to lock him down, but they're just not able to. Jamili's just kiting them and outplaying them very well in this match, and as long as Dampener can stay away from these stun combinations, he should be all right. They do drop the smoke bomb. Gorecki blinks in. Chanimal peels with a double Shadow Fury. Really great peels up from Chanimal there to provide some pressure relief. Gorecki sitting through that blind, trying to play greedy. No, I'm not going to play greedy. He decides to trinket out. They know they're so far ahead. They just need to get on top of Rubcub. They need to put him in the dirt. He's got nothing left. Chanimal's just soloing him right now. Rubcub faking the interrupt, though. A very important moment for Rubcub here to stay alive. He should be able to get some casts off and try and stabilize his team. In the meantime, Jamili now in trouble. Down to 30%. Are they going to pull off a miracle? Dampener will go down. And Northern Gaming Black, despite being dominated this entire match, find a miracle opportunity out from nothing almost. Rubcub with the miracle play to stay alive at that end of the match. What a GG moment there. I can't believe it.
No, what was really impressive is Jax actually used his smoke bomb in the engagement before that, and I saw that he had a few seconds left on Vendetta, so I was wondering why he wasn't going to pair both of those together, you know, toss out a whole bunch of damage into the smoke bomb.
On that Dampener is his name for his Shaman here. He went from being a ranged class, so sitting far away and just chucking spells out, he went from that ranged class, and now he's going to be playing a melee class with 2 weapons, just be chucking away at his opponents, and Enhancement Shamans have access to instant healing. They can build up Maelstrom and then use that Maelstrom to heal their partners, heal themselves, so much more stable, which means that they can push in a little bit more safely. We can see that Northern Gaming Black, they are unafraid, moving in a full sap over onto Jamili the Shaman. Are they going to follow this up with any more CC is the question. It looks like Chanimal actually got a haunt off for free. That's going to boost his damage a lot if he gets the dots out. Here comes the kidney shot over onto Jamili the Shaman. Gorecki reads it. He's going to use that Iron Bark to reduce a lot of this initial damage. Really well done from Gorecki. Jamili needs to be a little bit careful though. He wants to make sure that he doesn't overcommit his position. He's trying to pull back over on top of Gorecki, but Jax in the meantime just getting annihilated, forced to use that Cloak of Shadows. Jamili's on the run, good positioning right now out from Tempo Storm.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of kiting a bunch of damage. He's going to connect back to his target. Looks like they're going to switch it up onto Rubcubs, as they're going to get him down to about half right there, as he hasn't used anything except for Divine Protection just quite yet. Great Shadow Fury on the entire team, as both Jax and Rubcubs are in trouble right now.
Yeah, we can see evasion used from Jax, so he will dodge all of Jamili's attacks. Rubcub's still getting pressured now as well. Good CC on Wealthy Man is kind of locking him out of the game. He does follow up this full stun with a poly onto Gorecki, and I believe that Jamili just gated to the opposite side of the map. He's running laps on the desert, but now he's very far away from his team. Gorecki needs to get back, but they drop the smoke bomb. Really good time smoke bomb from Jax, forcing Gorecki to use a lot of gap closures to get inside of that and start healing him up, but now he's going to be blinded, forced to trinket out of that now as well. The only thing standing right now for Jamili to survive is his Shamanistic Rage, and he might need to trade that out. In the meantime though, Jax has his Vendetta, so that's the Rogue's ultimate ability. It's going to provide a lot of burst for him, and he's really looking for a good opportunity, and they might just decide to pull the trigger here. Maybe they make a swap. No, going to be committing over onto Jamili. He's down to half HP. They're choosing not to use use the Vendetta. They do get the Iron Bark out, but they really don't have much time to bait cooldowns. They need to commit a strategy. Rubcup forced to use his Avenging Wrath to recover through the damage. He should be able to deal with this pretty easily. Chanimal not landing an interrupt there. Rubcup will stabilize his entire team. And, you know, the longer that Northern Gaming Black wait, Tempo Storm can find more opportunities.
Yeah, as Chanimal's damage is going to drop a bit because that Dark Soul is down. He did a great job of forcing those wings from that one spell, basically, because of the amount of spread pressure he was doing. As you see, Jax does have his evasion up. He's going to land a kidney on to Jamili, as he's going to dump a bunch of damage into him, but looks like the CC onto Gorecki from Wealthy Man, that ring is going to fade.
Where is this damage coming from?
Wow.
Jamili dipping below half HP,
That's
forced
Vendetta.
to use his Shamanistic Rage, finally trading out that cooldown for the Vendetta. Well-played trade for Jamili on that Shaman, and now with that trade being over, Rubcup running out of cooldowns, Tempo Storm need to make something happen. They need to get into the faces of their opponents, start dishing some damage out. It seems like they're going after Jax for now, but they are setting up a kill here over onto Jamili with no Rage and no Trinket on Gorecki. They need to keep this chain going on Gorecki. If they get him locked down any longer, Jamili will just fall, but they don't follow it up. Great stops from Chanimal and Dampener. Now Jax got into a stun, tricketing out. He really doesn't have much remaining, and Jamili, he's half melee, he's half magic damage, so he can kind of go through that Cloak of Shadows a little bit. Doesn't look like he gets enough damage to finish him off. Now Rubcup getting stunned up. Everybody DPSing into Rubcup. He's trying to fake the interrupts, but he could lose the game if he doesn't. It does look like he's managed to fake them. He's going to get a lot of healing off here. Gorecki caught into a stun. Wealthy Man follows it up, but he doesn't get the sheep. Grounding Totem preventing it. Oh, but he follows up again. Unfortunately, Jax actually kind of needs to run away. He wants to push forward, but he doesn't want to line of sight his healer right now. Finally getting in there, trying to get some damage. Rubcup in the meantime forced to bubble, and Northern Gaming Black not looking good in this position.
Yeah, and that was while Wings was up too, so that is pretty scary. They're not going to have very many cooldowns, especially because Saved by the Light did proc onto Jax too. So if they're going to continue damage into Jax with the CC onto Rubcubs, they might be able to score a kill here.
Yeah, it seems like right now Rubcub is their only target, and it seems like he's able to deal with the damage very easily for right now. And as long as they keep this predictable strategy, I'm wondering if they're even going to be able to ever get a kill. Gorecki caught into a polymorph. There's really no defensive cooldowns for Jamili. If they lock him down in a stun, they could just tear him apart. He's trying to go for the defensive hex. He gets the hex off in the faces of his opponents, and Wealthy Man is going to have to sit through that hex, doing no damage. Really well played from Jamili, landing that CC at a critical moment.
And that was a great choice to hex Wealthy Man, since he's the only person on the team that could remove it. As Rubcubs is going to get down to about half right now, tosses the execution sentence on himself, but that still wasn't enough, as it looks like Jax isn't going to be able to heal very much for him, as Rubcubs is going to be able to heal himself.
Whoa! Gorecki getting swapped over to, not expecting this really. He's dipping so low. He's on the run right now, trying to escape his opponents. A crazy swap out from Northern Gaming, unfortunately, will not pay out. Now they're making a swap over onto Jamili. He's going to trade out his Shamanistic Rage, but Rubcub has no mana, 30% HP remaining. He has to deal with so many interrupts. He's just casting. He says, screw it, I got nothing left. I'm just going to cast through this. I don't care if you interrupt me. I have to keep my team going. We need to keep pushing in if we want to find a kill here. Dampener now dipping kind of low. The Iron Bark will reduce a lot of that damage. Gorecki caught into a stun, locked down. They need more damage. Jamili knows that. He's going to gate away, try and prevent any pressure from Northern Gaming Black. If they can stay alive a little bit longer, they might be able to finish this. Jamili caught into a full stun, but with no CC on Gorecki, he should be able to easily heal through this damage. Looking for a defensive clone, not really able to get it. Nice line of sight from Jax, seeing that Cyclone and avoiding it.
Oh, and Rubcubs is healing on fumes right now, sitting at the 1% with the wings up. So this is going to be a scary moment if any more damage is going to come out onto Jax. But look at them chase and make sure that he can keep his rogue offensive. It's extremely important right now because both teams are very, very low on cooldowns.
Yeah, right now, here comes the setup to win the game. Chanimals knows that his team is under so much pressure. He's peeling, doing a good job, keeping Wealthy Man locked down. And now Jax is dipping low with really nothing remaining. Rubcub is in desperation mode, just casting heal after heal after heal to keep his team going. And Rubcub is a fake lord, man. You cannot lock this guy out. He's doing an amazing job so far with no mana remaining. They need to stay offensive. They've only got maybe one more opportunity left to take Jamili down on this Shaman, or they're just going to fall to the pressure of Tempo Storm.
And that's what's going to happen. The bubble comes back up for Rubcubs as he uses it. He's used just about everything recently as Jax is taking so much damage. Full line of dots plus Jamili attacking into him. The triple Shadow Fury comes out with a follow-up Fear, and that seals the deal for Tempo Storm. Wow.
Yeah, it was so close. There were a couple of surprise swaps. I'm wondering if maybe if they do that earlier in the match, they might be able to take Gorecki out, because most of the time as the Restoration Druid Gorecki, you're going to be trinketing blind. That's the CC coming out from the rogue. It's the longest, it's instant cast. You're just usually trading them to the same cooldown. Blind happens, I trinket out of blind. And because that is so predictable, I swapped, because there's nowhere to hide on this map. So I think this is a smart choice from Northern Gaming Black, and as long as they keep their confidence, keep a solid footing, like we've seen kind of questionable decisions happen in tournaments where you get pressure, you're like, there's no way we can win, how do we do it, how do we do it, and then they make some questionable decisions. So they need to keep a level head. They can win this, and they've just got to keep it going. Let's see if they can pull it off on Runes of Lordaeron.
Yeah. All right, so as we can take a look, it looks like we did have another switch. Of course, this is great, playing the mind games. Tempo Storm choosing to use an Elemental Shaman again this time. So maybe they thought Northern Gaming Black got a little bit too comfortable against that Enhanced Shaman, so now they're going to go with this Elemental on this map.
Well, there's no pillar, so as the Elemental Shaman, you're just going to be chucking out spells everywhere and blowing people up. So I think that was a good reaction to the map pick, honestly. So Tempo Storm reading into a different strategy, going to be using more wizard abilities. We see Jamili getting sapped, and Northern Gaming Black are unafraid to just push in and get CC early on. Looks like they're going to want to set up a smoke bomb drop. Are they going to commit all in here? The Shadow Reflection comes out over onto Jamili. Gorecki reads this setup like a book, trades out that Iron Bark, reducing a lot of damage, but it looks like they're just going to try and cut through that cooldown. Jax committing his Vendetta. Jamili trading it out for the Shamanistic Raid, just trading back and forth between Tempo Storm and Northern Gaming Black. And with these good trades from Tempo Storm, Jamili is stabilizing so well.
Yeah, and he's trying to fake over and over and over to get that Hex, and he finally does get it. So that was great patience, wasting so much time there, but able to get that Hex off, as Rubcup's taking a lot of damage right now. Does get locked on that Holy, so he is going to have to wait to heal, as there we go. Now the wings are going to come out and bring him back up, but also Jax taking a lot of damage too.
Yeah, and Gorecki has no trinket. Jamili has no Shamanistic Rage. This next CC chain, which is happening right now, might be the end of the game if they get any more damage. They follow it up with CC. Where's the damage, man? Jax, we need to see you. Where's your deeps? Jamili's just sitting through that with taking no pressure at all. So NG Black, they need to find a way to get more damage when they get that CC, because that could have just been the game for them right there.
Yeah, as you see, Jax constantly keeping that feint up, which is costing him a bunch of energy right there, so he's really not able to stay as offensive as he would like, as he does use the on-use trinket right there, and he's going pretty hard into Jamili, as Jamili has the backup from Gorecki, who does get stunned right there. Let's see if Wealthy Man can land that poly out of it. All right, so the chain is going to start onto Gorecki, as he's going to have to sit that full poly, but look at this, that Iron Bark saves the day.
Yeah, once again, we can see pressure onto Jax. Jax and Rubcub, the primary targets. He needs a cloak. Wow, that was barely escaping death at 15%. Now Rubcub is low on health as well. He's going to use his Aura Master. He can't deal with Chanimal's Interrupt right now. He doesn't want to deal with fake casting it. There's too much pressure on his team, but Chanimals has now used his Dark Soul. His damage is going to be so high. Crazy damage coming in over onto Rubcub. Instead, pushes in for CC. Despite being pressured, says, you know what? We're going to commit. We have a window of opportunity, but there's no damage. Where's the damage? Jamili's still sitting very healthy on HP. Great peels from Chanimal right now, keeping him topped off with these fears onto the rogue Jax. Really well played from Tempo Storm to make sure that these setups that should be the end of the game don't happen.
Yeah, and Northern Gaming Black is only focusing. Oh wow, look at Jax.
Gorecki's gonna finish him off. Gorecki literally just killed him in cat form. The healer.
The
Gorecki the healer was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna kill you in cat form. You're not running away. And you can see that map backfired. So Tempo Storm with a good swap. Jamili playing Elemental instead of Enhancement allowed him to just chuck so many spells out because you can't hide anywhere on this map. And Northern Gaming Black are going to lose game number 3.
And look at that. It was his highest damage was that Moonfire, which means each of those shreds did under 8.6k damage each. So it was just that.
Balcony moves you can do as well. So this is more of a neutral map, and they're not really taking any risks with it.
And pretty straightforward picks from all the talents and glyphs out of these guys. There's nothing out of the ordinary. They're pretty much playing what you play in these matchups. Yeah, pretty standard.
Yep, no surprise decisions just yet. I'm curious if Rubcub's running. He is going to be running the Save by the Light unless my UI is incorrect. So that's going to grant his team a shield at low HP. When they dip very low, a shield will proc on them and preventing them from dying for a few seconds. We can see NG Black moving in stealth, so they are invisible to their opponents. They've been aggressive at the start of every match, and it looks like they're continuing that aggression. A sap over onto Jamili. Wealthy Man cleaning him off, just purging every buff off of him to slow down the healing and slow down the damage. Smoke Bomb gets dropped by Jax. Are they going to commit an all-in like last time? Doesn't look like it's fully committed just yet. They're going to use the blind, but Gorecki, you know, usually you trade your trinket automatically, but in this situation, he knew that NG wasn't committing any damage, so he gets away with sitting through that full blind. A very important move for Gorecki.
Yeah, and it looks like Jamili able to get away with that gateway, tossing the capacitor totem down, as it looks like Jax is just going to run right by it, as it looks like they're going to chase Goreki's all the way across the map, as Rubcubs is going to come in too and try to toss some damage out with those denounces, as he's doing a decent job right now. Heart of the Wild does come out. Goreki taking a lot of damage through Bark Skin, as it looks like they need to switch the pressure around back.
Whoa, man!
Goreki taking so much damage, down to 5% health, barely went through it. No, is he going to? 2%.
I cannot. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, Goreki. I get it. You're having a heart attack. You're going to give me a heart attack. Because that was crazy. Jamili was really the MVP to keep Goreki alive as long as he did. It was just like, healing surge, I'm trying to keep you alive, Goreki, please. But I think at the end of that match, he got silenced on his Nature Swiftness. So Nature Swiftness gives him an instant heal. And because he got silenced, he couldn't use it. And then Wealthy Man just stole that off of him. So he wasn't able to connect that big heal that he was expecting. And Northern Gaming Black are going to take game number 4, I believe now. Another 2-3 series. Every single series, man, it's just so crazy.
Yeah, and we saw that Jax chased all the way across the map. After Jamili gated, he followed up and just, instead of sticking to Jamili, he just chased Goreki completely across the map from where they were. At the exact same time, Rubcubs called out that he was going to be able to toss in a little bit of damage also, and was up there with the wings and the denounces, as you can see.
Whoa, Rubcubs 6-0.
Yeah.
I mean, the match went on for a little bit.
Hey.
Afterward.
Yeah,
I mean,
but still, 50,000 Holy Shock adding to that damage that, you know, from that 60k in Venom. So it was a great job by Rubcubs and Jax to chase Goreki down.
Yeah, Northern Gaming Black, definitely a surprise choice to be going.
See, the Holy Paladins are playing, oh, a little? Is it the same? Yeah, we have a Glyph of Hand of Freedom versus a Glyph of Cleanse. So Rubcubs is going to have those double dispels.
You know, you might say to yourself, hey, it's the same classes, but with Peekaboo playing Subtlety, his ultimate as that Subtlety spec is Shadow Dance. You can see that down in the cooldowns. That comes up every minute and gives him a huge amount of burst. So let's see if Peekaboo can set up some good Shadow Dances. It seems like early pressure onto Wealthy Man over here. Caught into a full stun. They're looking to just burst him down in the beginning parts of this game. Rubcub barely able to save him here. Goreki now caught into a stun. Now into the full polymorph. Pressure onto Peekaboo as Northern Gaming Black turn this around. Maybe swapping onto Jamili. Here comes the Vendetta out from Jax with that death from above, bursting him down pretty heavily, but not nearly as much as I expected now. Now this means that Tempo Storm can reverse this pressure. A full polymorph onto Rubcub. Now a full stun, locking Wealthy Man down, trying to chase him down and finish him off. Now Peekaboo reversing the pressure with his Shadow Dance, and he needs to make a play with this. Rubcub sees the Shadow Dance, acknowledges the cooldown, trades out his trinket to remove CC and keep Wealthy Man completely topped off.
Yeah, Peekaboo got gouged on the very end of that, as you see him constantly using the death from above to do the extra eviscerate damage when he needs to. Looks like they're going to just ride Wealthy Man non-stop. The bop comes out on to Rubcubs. I assume that was to stop a blind right there, as it looks like Peekaboo is going to stick on to Wealthy Man as the bomb does come down, but Wealthy Man is just going to walk out of it.
Yeah, Wealthy Man's still low on HP right now. He pops the Evanesce to immune damage, but that does not last forever. He goes for the Palm Sheep. He goes for the kill anyway. With being so low on HP, Wealthy Man has huge balls to stay in the face of Tempo Storm right now, with Rubcub still in crowd control. Peekaboo maybe looking for a swap. No, committing that damage fully over now onto Wealthy Man. Rubcub is forced to bubble, and I mean, look at Goreki in the cooldowns on the bottom. Goreki hasn't had to use anything. Northern Gaming Black are just getting dominated right now.
Yeah, as you see Peekaboo, again, trying to do as much damage as he can on to Wealthy Man, as Wealthy Man's going to be able to blink and get back to his healer, as he's very briefly creeping back up. There we go. Now Shadow Dance is going to fade, so he did definitely use that for damage, not the crowd control, which we normally see out of the Shadow Dance.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice for Peekaboo. I would have maybe liked to see it committing for a kill because they forced so many cooldowns. And here comes the setup to win the game. Jamili looking for that sheep, but he gets gouged. Great play from Jax. He trinkets and stops the polymorph coming in onto Rubcub. That was a sick play from Jax to keep his team in this match. They really had nothing else to stand against Tempo Storm. Now they need to find a window of opportunity. How are they going to get CC? Rubcub needs to find a way to get over to Goreki and get that stun, but he's so far away. It looks like he's trying to. They go for the polymorph first instead. Now they need some damage. It looks like Jax sitting through a gouge. Now following up with the kidney shot. Are they going to make a swap? No, they're just using that to lock him down and prevent any peels. Goreki's still getting polymorph, but no damage. And Northern Gaming Black's weakness throughout the series is not following up with damage, I feel.
Yeah, and one of the things to note is that you'll see is because both these teams are playing Arcane Mage with that Supernova, you'll see the enemies stand near their healer so that that Supernova will break.
That double Ring of Frost out from Jamili just CC'd the entire team of Northern Gaming Black, and Wealthy Man is under fire. Jamili under fire as well. Both these mages in a lot of trouble, but Goreki has a bubble to immune CC. It's just a race at this point. Who gets locked out? Rubcub gets locked on his heal, I believe, there, and Wealthy Man's in so much. He spell steals a bop to immune the DFA. A sick play out from Wealthy Man to keep himself alive, trying to keep his aggression, trying to keep pushing in despite being so far behind, and Northern Gaming Black are still trying to fight this out.
So that Frostjaw is going to fade onto Gorecki, but the follow-up Poly is going to land. But Peekaboo and Jamili are sitting pretty good right now, as Wealthy Man is definitely taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, we see Jamili actually below half HP. Jamili could be in trouble here. Gorecki has his trinket. They don't follow it up with any CC, unfortunately, which means that Gorecki should be able to start healing him back up. But this game is way closer than I expected. Looks like an attack over onto Wealthy Man. He blinks away to the center of the bridge, avoiding a lot of damage from Peekaboo. Jack's doing a good job peeling Peekaboo and Jamili to keep him alive, but here comes the Shadow Dance. Do they have anything to stop Peekaboo from taking the game right now? Doesn't look like they do, but it doesn't look like Peekaboo had very much damage either. Gorecki caught into a full sheep. Let's see if they can get anything done. Both of these rogues are just doing an amazing job of locking each other's teams down to prevent any damage. Jamili dipping low, uses that Evanesce, goes for CC, now burst over onto Wealthy Man. Rubcub sees it coming, chooses to bubble out and get some casted heals. He doesn't want to deal with the interrupts out from Tempo Storm. He will stabilize his team, and suddenly we've got a tied match on cooldowns.
Oh, we definitely do. Rubcub is going to be Fist of Justice right out of that bubble, but he is still going to have 5 seconds on his wings, so he's constantly getting that heal out. As we see, the Cheap is not going to land by Wealthy Man, as a great job peeling by Peekaboo, as he is going to stick to Wealthy Man, just dump a lot of damage. They know Rubcubs really doesn't have very many cooldowns to deal with this.
Yeah, Jamili under fire right now. He's dipping very low on HP. Gorecki needs to be careful. Jamili just blinking away, says, you know what, Gorecki, I don't need you. I'm going to go over here. Jax follows it up with that Shadow Step. Can they get any more damage? Gorecki needs to be careful here. If he gets interrupted, it could be the end of the match. He gets full polymorph with no way out. And is Jamili going to go down here? He's down to 27%. Vendetta comes out from Jax. Arcane missiles are firing in. Jamili going for a cheeky invis. Nice polymorphs. Jamili barely staying alive. Sick plays. He's still in trouble though, down at 30%. But these peels on Jax have been amazing. Jax finally reconnecting, and boom, Northern Gaming Black are going to take the mirror match against Tempo Storm. You know, Tempo Storm were being cheeky, saying, you know what, we're going to beat you at your own game, but Northern Gaming Black actually come out ahead and take this series 3-2. What an upset.
All right, that was quite the series. Look at this. Already third series into the game, and it's this crazy. Oh, this qualifier is so great. So many great teams are here. And look at this. Northern Gaming Black taking the match 3-2 over Tempo Storm. I would say Tempo Storm, if you were to poll people in chat, probably, that's one of the favorite teams. You're expecting this team to make it all